Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Newcastle bottled the UEFA Champions League campaign. I told you people this Champions League game isn't easy. It's not easy. People thought, yeah, we're good Newcastle team. We beat PSG 4-1. I'm not saying it with a smile. I'm just saying it that this is reality check for some people up here that they think they're the best team in the world. But how's everybody doing? Everybody's doing fine. Everybody's all right. You guys
Hey
are
man,
happy.
I've booked my ticket into the next round. I'm good, man.
Glad to see you happy, Mo.
It was looking a bit shaky, but we made it. We made it. See you lot on Monday, man.
Napoli made it. Listen,
Just about.
all I want to say is that Champions League is not easy. Man City learned the hard way. Newcastle now are learning the hard way. It's just there is one team that I've been hearing all noise from yesterday since I said I wanted to face Arsenal because Arsenal are the easier team from the teams that top the group without any disrespect to Arsenal. I just said I would rather face a team that it's their first time in the knockout stages because it's easier to play them other than Atletico Madrid or go play Real Madrid or even go play Barcelona. It's just easier. And people just got into their feelings. Why do you want to face us? Because logically, Dortmund, I would like to face Dortmund first. And then I would like to face Arsenal if they give me a choice.
To be fair, if you said that today and they got upset, I get it. But yesterday's options were Real Madrid, Man City, or Bayern Munich and Arsenal. Of course, you're going to choose Arsenal.
No, but hold on. Even today, though. Even today.
But even today, I think
from the 70, other than Dortmund, okay, this is how if I'm a team that came second, who I want to face would be Dortmund first, then Arsenal second, then Barcelona third, right? I don't know who else. I can't face Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad.
I can't face Real
Sociedad.
I can't use Real Sociedad, right?
Yeah.
So
for me,
Arsenal,
Dortmund and Real Sociedad.
But okay, let's talk about Inter, for example. It's Dortmund, Arsenal, Barcelona, right? Am I mistaken?
Yep,
Atletico Madrid, right? And then I would rather face Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and then Man City. That would be my choice. People just don't want to accept it. But that's reality. You're not happy, Jess, about this.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, I think
because I got a lot of tweets, I got a lot of DMs, I got 89 comments about this shit.
Brother, let me speak, okay? Because the truth is, you're actually 100% right. Of all those teams, you'd rather place Arsenal because you have the greatest chance of beating Arsenal compared to other teams. I mean, the chance is still very, very slim. Like, it's about 1%.
I agree with that.
1% against Arsenal, whereas against Real Madrid, it's about like 0.5%.
That's crazy.
So what you're saying is actually true. People just misinterpret what you're saying.
If you want to do that, it's fine. I agree with you, just fine.
Let me just say this.
If it's 1%,
I find
that's
it
more
crazy.
than 0.5%.
Yo, Mo, do you know what I find crazy? I find it crazy how so many Arsenal fans just think Inter Milan is like not this difficult. The fact that people say 1% is crazy. Like Inter Milan, in my opinion,
bro, he's kidding.
But a lot of Arsenal, he might be kidding, but
I'm kidding. No, but I get what you're saying. Like, I'm joking to some extent, but a lot of people are overlooking Inter.
So many Arsenal fans are like, "Oh, Inter Milan." They think Inter Milan are the same as they were 3-4 seasons ago. Right. Like, in my opinion, there's only one team better than Inter Milan in the world of football right now, and that's Manchester City.
Damn.
Right, in my opinion, bro, the way that Inter Milan are playing football is what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm looking at Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga playing some of the greatest football I've seen.
No question.
Yes, I agree with Jess.
No, I'm talking about teams that are in the Champions League right now. I'm looking at like who like I'm looking at teams like Bayer Leverkusen are playing incredible football, even though Inter Milan are better than Bayer Leverkusen in my opinion. Like but in the Champions League right now, I think only Man City are scarier to play than Inter Milan, bro. They structurally they're incredible.
Not even wrong.
Let me ask you, Mohamed.
He's not even wrong.
Bro, they're in my league, and I'm seeing these guys just dismantle everyone, bro. It's unbelievable. I hate giving them props, but they're just that good, bro.
Yeah, but so do you think that Arsenal are less tough to play than Barcelona
100%.
in this? Are you kidding me?
No, I don't think so.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Why? Okay. it's not about if Arsenal face Barcelona tomorrow, okay? Not in the Champions League, I would pick Arsenal to win the game. Arsenal are a better team now at the moment, right? They're playing better. Barcelona, but because it's the Champions League and Arsenal, if they go to play in the Camp Nou, okay, it will be difficult for them.
There's no Camp Nou right now. They're playing it at the Camp.
Yeah, Olympic Stadium or something.
Okay, so
But,
there's no big
regard,
stadium.
yeah.
That's
and,
my
I mean,
point, to be honest. Like
yeah.
in my opinion, still Barcelona have more history. Like I just don't know how to say it. You know,
The only
Manchester
team,
City destroyed Real Madrid
yeah.
for 170 minutes.
But Mo,
They just dropped their head
but,
for 10
but
minutes.
if you look at Mo down here doesn't want to see Real Madrid. I mean, because at the end of the day, even if you're winning 6-0, they can come back. You know what I'm saying? That's the only team that's the most feared team in the Champions League, probably forever.
Who?
Real Madrid.
Actually, that's
and they're not playing. They're not playing at the best, but you can't count.
They
them
aren't
out.
playing the best now. They have no Benzema.
Yeah.
They have Heselu up top. Rodrigo, Vinny. Vinny's good. Rodrigo's so.
But
You know what I mean? Bellingham is doing wonders, yes. But to be honest with you, I am
everybody
I'm
said
not
they were
sold.
out.
Like Jude Bellingham built him a lot by like good movement at the 18, scoring late goals. If you watch actually Real Madrid or even go watch the highlights, Real Madrid aren't playing amazing football.
No, they're not.
Not at all.
Yo,
But they have something else. They have Carlo Ancelotti, so it's completely different.
No, they were Real Madrid were in my group and I went to both games, and there were periods of that game where we were so much better than them. And if they give Inter, and we lost because of goalkeeping mistakes and errors in there. One thing that Inter Milan are like far superior to everyone else is, bro, I haven't seen them make errors this year. Like they're just such a well-oiled machine. And if you look at the games that Real Madrid beat us, there were periods of that game we absolutely played them off the park. Some parts that second leg away, not second leg, but the second game in the Bernabeu, the first leg. But it's crazy, man.
But the thing is, I mean, you don't talk about
Is Real Madrid though? I'm not going to say Inter Milan will go out there and beat Real Madrid.
No, I will definitely not be favorites against Real Madrid. I'm never saying that. 100% I am not. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not. I'm like, I don't think I can never say that I'm going to Real Madrid being favorites at the moment. Like, I'm not. I would rather Real Madrid are my. I wouldn't want to face them, to be honest with you, like in the round of 16. But I don't want to face City ahead of them, especially not in a 2 games. Like I don't want you can face City, by the way, in 1 game, you can get at him, but in 2 games, it's very tough at the moment to get at Manchester City because Pep Guardiola has he changed the way he plays football now. It's not the same full guns blazing for 90 minutes. He actually reads game. He actually changed the way he plays. He changed the way he approaches a first half versus a second half. And we're seeing it in the Premier League. We're seeing it. We saw it last year in the Champions League against Real Madrid, against Inter, even against Dortmund. Not Dortmund, against Leipzig.
Hold on, time out. I mean, Real Madrid has 18 points right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, they won.
So here's one of the things that I learned about the Champions League. After the group stage,
like the other two teams in our group were absolutely atrocious.
After the group stage, don't look at the number of points that people got in the group at all. All, by the way, you only look at the first and the second. Right?
Yeah, grown man play after this phase. Grown men start playing.
Yes, it's completely different game.
But see, we're not going to talk about Real Sociedad because the algorithm is going to kill us. But they got the same numbers that Inter Milan have, and I understand that it's about watching the game. But I mean, if you just look at the statistics in their group, you know what I'm saying? How can we sit here and say that Inter Milan is so much better?
Because in the Champions League, Inter Milan played their second team so often. And Mo will tell you that as well.
I'm sorry. What was the question, Chris?
Because we were talking about Inter Milan being.
He's saying if you look at the groups and you see how Inter Milan performed in the group and the points total and stuff like that, how can you say they're so much better? But the response to that is Inter Milan played their second team or rested some of their
to be honest, I just told you, Chris, that don't look at the point tally after the group stage, and you just told me your answer to it is, but look at how Real Madrid played in the group stage.
But you can't.
If that's your opinion,
but you have to look at how they've been performing internationally. You know what I'm saying? If not, then you look at 2010. I fell in love with that Champions League winners too. You know, I fell in love with Milito. But if we want to talk about that, then
absolutely wrong.
What matters is
what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? How they're performing internationally?
You have to. If you're going to talk about Champions League and say that Inter Milan is, I don't know if you say they're the candidate to win it or second or whatever.
I
You
never
still
said
have to
that.
take
Okay.
account. I mean,
No. Don't build an argument on something I didn't say.
no, I'm saying
Build an
I was talking
argument
to
on
Mohammed.
something I said. Okay.
Right.
I think he's
But
saying no. I think he's responding to when I said Inter Milan are top 2 teams in Europe right now.
right.
Yeah, okay, that's you can respond to him about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking as
based
Japan,
on the
aren't we?
league. So based on the league, the way we play in
Why is
front
Mo
of
getting
us,
defensive for, man?
but
Yeah,
based on
man,
the
you get
league,
defensive.
based on the league, and based on the things that I'm seeing in front of me now, Inter probably play the most effective football. I haven't watched a lot of Leverkusen before. People just say this and that, but I've watched Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Man City, everything, and I'm seeing Inter based on what I've seen. By the way, is playing the most effective football in Europe, right? In the group, as Mo said, even in a game that we had to win, we rotated 6 players. 2 of them should not be playing football in 2023, but that's all we have, right? That's all we have. And my manager didn't care. He's fucked in the head. He didn't care. He played these guys, right? But at the end, when we needed the win, all I'm telling you, we were 3-0 down at Benfica. He brought in the first team. We brought it 3-3, and we were almost close to winning it. That's all I'm going to say.
I
Right?
think the Inter is a tough team. And by the way, I'm an Inter fan, so I
Let
want
me
them
do
to
this
win.
couple of super chats, okay? Andrew here is saying Arsenal fans always arrogant. Yes, always. Look at Jess.
Always.
Against everyone, then cry when it goes wrong. They can never take the
We
L.
can never take the L. We're gonna blame the VAR first, and then we're gonna blame the referees.
Newcastle.
And we're gonna blame injuries.
They'll blame the 4th official before they take accountability.
We'll blame the
Ma-
four people, and
They
then we're
didn't
gonna
allow
blame
us to make our
Mikey
substitution on
Johnson is
time.
saying Pep is going B2B boys. Bernardo, KDB, Doku, Holland front 4 is just too much for any side. I agree. In case, but just let's watch and see how Kevin De Bruyne comes back from that injury. To be honest with you, that 4-0 win against Real Madrid was the GOAT performance. It was absolutely one of the best performances I've seen in the Champions League. So yes, Molv, you haven't said a word about what you thought of the Champions
He
League.
doesn't need to, man. These Man City fans, I don't like them, man. They don't need to say anything. They just know. They've got guys like me that will talk for them. I don't like
We
Man
are
City
chilling. We are chilling. We feel good with the holders. We are just set an English record, 8 consecutive wins in the tournament, 20 undefeated now in a row in the Champions League. So we are feeling
Man,
pretty good. Our possible opponents are PSV, Napoli, Inter, Lazio, PSG, and Porto. There's 2 teams in the competition I wanted to avoid. One is Inter because they matched us really well in the final, and they've got that heritage you don't want to face. And recent performances have been good. The other one was funnily enough, and this is a bit controversial, but the other team I wanted to avoid was Newcastle.
there it is.
Because
You're
there's
going to avoid them.
hang on, let me finish. There's something going on there that I don't like. There's a spirit, there's an energy, especially at St. James's Park, that City have suffered from in recent times. And I just didn't want to play them at all. So
But you're not going to.
the other one would be, of course, Liverpool, but
Hey.
unlucky lads.
But Mov, let me if I may, I mean I get it, 18 points and all that stuff, but you have allowed young boys, Red Star, I can't even say their real name, Leipzig, to score on you, put you in a predicament where you're toying around with your food and you scored and you win back. Man, is that a typical Man City? You know what I mean? A little bit of accountability, Mov.
We're not anywhere near the levels we were at the end of last season, but I don't think any team in football history has been at those levels, to be honest with you, not by my eyes. There was always going to be a drop-off. We've got big names that left the club, Riyad Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan, that needed replacements, and so far it's, yet to be seen whether we've filled those holes or not. But we're still a very, very good team. We've got the best manager in the business, and while we're not at the same levels we were, we've got plenty of time to figure it out, I think. We've got John Stones back to fitness, which is kind of he's really the balance at City between the attack and defense. He just gives us the the best balance between both, I think, particularly in the Champions League, as you saw last season. And then we got KDB coming back. I agree with Mo. It's dicey whether he'll be back to his best immediately. He usually takes some time to get ready. It is a pretty serious injury, but we do have some guys like, Julian Alvarez, who's filling in really nicely in that position. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about it, to be honest.
Anybody listen? I want to speak about Manchester City versus Arsenal this year. Why are people saying that Manchester City are a better team? Is that because what is to come, or what happened, or is that because of the treble? What is that? What is the reason? Arsenal played Manchester City.
The manager.
I'm asking you, Jess.
Yeah, if you ask me, I feel like last season I was very naive. When Arsenal were top of the league, I was sure we'll just coast and win it. And people kept saying the same old thing. Oh, no, Man City, when it comes to February and beyond, like they're a different animal, blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, no, it's impossible. But I was proven wrong. And so I feel like now, when we say Man City are good, it's because we expect them to hit another gear. We always expect them to turn up to another level, regardless of where they're playing now. And we look at them now, top in the Champions League group, where they're in the Premier League. I think they're not many points off top. And we're saying this is Man City without Rodri for a few games, without KDB, and then it's Man City before they really kicked into gear. So I think when we look at Man City, we always think they've got another gear more to give. So that's why we say they're a good team, even if they aren't currently playing good. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like people have learned their lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people have just learned their lesson, because over the last 4 or 5 years, ever since Pep has come, Man City tend to start a bit slower, and then they go on these historical runs. Every year they seem to beat the run that they went on the year before, where they won 14 in a row, 15 in a row, and just go unbeaten for the entire second half of the season. And it's not that teams like Arsenal will bottle it. It's just you can't keep up with that run, and because the margin for error is so low, they end up nicking it at the end. I feel like people have just learned from their lesson of just continuously counting out Man City. It's like the 5th or 6th year now. I mean, eventually you just got to realize, okay, you know what? Let's just wait till about March and April and then see what the gap is and see how things are going. Because if KDB doesn't hit form by by March, April, then you can say, okay, cool. Now they're no longer the best team in the world. But I feel like Pep Guardiola, this Man City team, they've earned the right to give them a bit more respect. That Man City are playing way below par, and they're only about 3-4 points off the league. Yeah. They've won. They comfortably coasted to the Champions League. They're still in every single competition. I mean, yeah, then they're not playing well, but they're still marginally better than so many other teams in the world. So
yeah, I do think we're very vulnerable.
Imagine how it's going to be after January when they figure it out, because they always tend to anyway.
I do think we're very vulnerable, though. I mean, one injury to Rodri, and we're in a world of hurt. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to look in the market in January for another option for him. I
know you guys lost like 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 4 without Rodri, but it wasn't just Rodri missing; it was also John Stones. And if you look at John Stones' performance before the injury, for me, he was looking like one of the best in the world in his position. And his position is that thing he does in midfield and defend at the same time. Yeah, I don't know what to call 100%. It. So yeah, it wasn't just Rodri.
I've been guilty of it too. I agree. I've been guilty of it too on most podcasts. We've all been guilty of it. Without Rodri, they've not scored a single goal. But then if we're being honest, it's Rodri, Stones, and Kevin De Bruyne, like the heartbeat of your entire team.
Exactly. Yeah.
If anybody keep it together. If anybody argues why Rodri hasn't scored, that they don't know football, man. It's not his job to freaking score.
Yeah. So I mean, Rodri will come up with an important goal from time to time.
No question. But I think no banter aside, but I think that if you count Arsenal out, if you just say they're so much less than City, they're less than City at this point. But you can't, you got to take account. I know Mo doesn't want to do this, but you got to take account of what they did in their group. You know what I mean? And yes, PSV is not a strong side. Sevilla,
they had a Europa League group. I'll be honest with you, man.
I understand what you, but if you
come back to the Champions,
but if you take, but you can't say the Manchester City
group, bro.
Manchester City didn't have.
Because there's Europa League group with like Marseille and Ajax and
Right.
what's it called?
But
Brighton. Like, that was a horrible group, man.
But what did
Let's-
Manchester City
Man
have? What did Manchester City have? They,
No,
they,
I mean,
they had an
Leipzig's a good-
EFL group. I mean, let's be honest with you.
Young
You know,
Boys, Red Star, and Leipzig.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Leipzig's a good team, bro. If you look, bro,
Young
Arsenal
Boys,
is a
Red
joke.
Star.
come on, man.
Young
You can say
Boys,
Lens are a big,
Red Star.
are a good team as well. You know, but so I'm not saying that they're better or near City, but they have to. You can't count them out. You know what I'm saying? You can't count them out. I'm not saying that they're going to win the Premier League. I mean the Champions League, but at the end of the day, they're still a tough side, man. You know, I understand.
I think what it is, the thing is, like, whenever we bring City into the equation, we just think they can do more. Like right now, today,
question.
Arsenal, you'd have to say Arsenal are currently better than City if you're looking based on the league table and the fact that they beat them in the Community Shield over penalties and they beat them in the league. So you'd have an argument to say that Arsenal are currently better than City. Right? You can say no, but
Yeah.
the table doesn't lie. But we're going to say Arsenal probably playing at their highest level, close to. Yeah, maybe like they miss Timber and Party. You can't miss Timber because he's never there. You miss Party and you're forcing Havertz in. Nonetheless, I don't think people expect Arsenal to be much better than they are now. You know what I'm saying? If Arsenal are playing, if their top levels are 10, they're probably playing at like an 8 or a 9. Whereas City, if their top levels are 10, we think they're playing at around about like what, 7 or 6? So they can go a lot better. So I think that's what it is, man. It's not that we're not rating Arsenal.
I understand, and definitely, I don't think
I
that
ain't trying to see
Arsenal are
in the
better.
knockout stage. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't
Was
want.
that so?
I said I don't want to see Arsenal in the knockout stage, innit? Like
Oh.
I'll be real, especially not in the round of
You're
16.
Napoli, right?
Yeah. I don't want to
You
see.
guys lost 5 games this season already.
Oh, we're
the league.
terrible. We've lost more games this season than we did all of last season.
Yeah, I
in all
know.
competitions. We're horrible this year, but it is what it is. We still comfortably got through our group. We're still like very close to the top 2, top 3 in the league.
You're
But
Arsenal fans.
I don't want to
bro.
see Arsenal though, personally. Not right now anyway. Maybe after January, because I guarantee we're going to make a few signings. You know what I'm trying to say? If we reinforce a few places, then cool. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we've got the talent to compete with anyone. But at the moment, I ain't trying to see Arsenal, bro. Give me
Who's your other
Dortmund.
winger?
Huh?
Who plays on the other side on your wing?
Politano right now.
What's he saying?
He scored 7 goals this season. He's having a good season so far. It's his best season. It's his best season in Italy so far. He's doing well. He's probably been our most consistent attacking player. But
Mo, if
Can I before you go on?
Go ahead.
I got a couple of things. Daniel here is saying, Mo, you've got frauds and greedy people in the chat. Almost 200 people here, and we haven't even reached 100 likes. So guys, hit that like button for us, please. And also this, I wanted to bring up this comment though for the older people here. Mo panel on chat from Mosefy. Thank you so much for this comment. Last group stage games has been played in the Champions League for a while. Next season, with just one giant 36 teams UEFA Champions League table, it was a good as long as it lasted from 92 till September of 23, December.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
It
that.
was never good.
shit.
What, group stage?
Oh yeah.
No, the whole tournament.
Are they making?
But actually, the tournament is going to be even worse.
The Swiss
Are they-
model.
Are they going to start next year? The league
Yes,
model?
it's
Is
going
it
to be
this-
worse.
Do Syria have 5 teams yet, or do we need to get a coefficient up?
I have
Like,
no. It's a coefficient. Or
Or
whatever.
did AC Milan fuck that for us?
No, I think you have it. You
No.
know?
It depends. It depends. So you have to wait until the end of the season, depending on who reaches semi-final, who reaches what, blah blah blah, all that. EMMC saying Phillips playing his last match was so bad. Is that his last match?
Probably.
Losing duels, hiding from the ball, poor positional awareness, can't receive ball on a half turn.
Now, that's
Everything
crazy.
is bad.
They
That's
celebrating.
crazy.
It's crazy.
You know, the
Can
reason
I
why
ask
it's crazy-
something? Can I ask something, Jess? When you continue, is that on Pep? What happened to Calvin Phillips, who had a higher ceiling than Declan Rice at some point? Declan Rice was
bullshit.
droppable for England. Hold on.
man.
Hold on. Stop this cap. Wait.
Come on, man.
Declan Rice for England was droppable. Calvin Phillips wasn't. When Calvin Phillips was playing for Leeds, people were saying Calvin Phillips has a higher ceiling. I'm just telling you what was being said at that time. Is Pep at fault?
I've got some things to say. Firstly, with regards to that super chat, I didn't see the Man City game. I went on BBC Sport and saw that Calvin Phillips scored, yeah? And I went on Twitter and saw his game by numbers. You know, people do these things game by numbers.
Yes.
25 out of something, ground rules 1 yard, and I assumed he had a good game. So seeing that super chat just lets me know that numbers do lie sometimes. With regards to Calvin Phillips, is it on Pep that he is where he is now. Calvin Phillips plays same position as Rodri, yeah.
Midfield. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So Mo, I think you're being very disingenuous when you say that he was ahead of.
I'm asking question. Why you're calling me
Hey, let me
disingenuous?
speak.
I really
Hold on.
asked a question.
Okay,
I
so
asked a question. I
when you
didn't put a
say-
statement out.
when you
I
say
asked a question.
when you say
That's
that he was
exactly
ahead of Declan Rice, he may or may not have been. Okay, that's irrelevant because the question at Manchester City is he better? Does he give the team more than Rodri? And he doesn't. The only person I can think that can give as much as Rodri is prime Sergio Busquets. Okay, that's my opinion. So what can Pep do?
Pirlo was better than both. Just give me a break.
Okay, so Perlo was good, yeah, whatever, yeah. But they're in
Yeah.
the same league. Look what you're doing. Cool. Case on point. So the only people, yeah, that are better than
World class player. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah, but
are
that's
Perlo and Sergio Busquets. Is Calvin Phillips anywhere near that? What
Nah.
can Pep do? His hands are
well,
tied.
no, but I think. Listen, he will go to Newcastle, and he probably will perform. He probably will. He just didn't work out at City, and if it comes to default, Pep, I think when it comes to this, it's both to a certain extent. Pep didn't put him on. I don't know. I don't know how many games he's tried him. But then again,
I
Rodri's there.
tried him a couple of times. But
So,
didn't work.
and again, most City fans will tell you that Pep Guardiola is faultless forever. So, regardless,
Like,
he'll
he's
always be
good.
right.
There's one on
we
the
have
panel.
we have one here. I'm not
I
sure
said
if-
most. I said most.
By the way, we have one here. He can
Let me
say.
tell you. Here's the story on Phillips. He was misprofiled.
Okay.
As soon as he arrived at City,
Just fat.
probably within 2-3 weeks, they realized they'd made a massive mistake, because there's one thing you need to do as a Pep midfielder, and that is be able to control the ball in small spaces, and he can't do it at all. So it was a massive mistake, recruiting wise, profiling wise. The problem was that he wanted to stay and try to prove himself, and Pep just didn't ever really give him the chance to do that. And you really can't argue with the results in the first season, in that they won the treble and Calvin Phillips stayed on the bench for most of the season. So,
It's
so Pep
impossible
was
to bench
wrong.
Rodri.
They were wrong to bring him in because they didn't know he couldn't trap a football. So it's really on Pep and the recruiting team, really. I
Exactly
love
what he's saying. He doesn't like Pep hasn't destroyed him because
he
he
doesn't
just
rate
have
him
the
at all.
talent. He doesn't have the talent to play for Pep Guardiola's
He'll
team.
probably be a great addition to another team. He's a great player. Just didn't
I don't
work
know.
at our
It
club.
just didn't work out at City. I don't think that
Guys,
he's a
I'll
bum.
be
He's not
honest.
a bum.
I don't know how good Calvin Phillips is. I was a bit concerned because the moment he got promoted to the Premier League, he was in the England squad. Okay.
Mhm.
And Gareth Southgate said he didn't choose certain players for England because they didn't have Premier League experience, hadn't been playing games. However, Calvin Phillips was here having not played in the Premier League. I think he made his England debut before having played in the Premier League. I think this was in the Nations League. The season Leeds got promoted. I
Yes.
may be wrong here, guys. If I am, I'm sorry. But he had a little to no Premier League experience when he made his England debut. We don't know how good he really was. He was under Bielsa, okay, playing a different kind of football, okay. Bielsa ball compared to Pep ball are two different levels of ball, and we never actually what are Phillips's attributes? Can we say? Because I personally don't know.
I
We know he can't
thought
cover the ball
I
like
thought
that.
he reminded me of, when he played for England, he reminded me of Fernandinho. That's
Really?
how highly I rated him. Then he came in and he couldn't do any of it. I do agree with Mo though. Back in the day, you have to go back quite a ways now. But Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips were considered equivalent players some
Wow.
time ago. That
Mm.
Rice is obviously well clear now, but there was a time when those two were deemed equivalent.
Here's what happened in the England team, if I can remember. If England wanted a goal and both were playing together, Declan Rice was the one to get subbed out, and Calvin Phillips used to stay. That's why people said and because Calvin Phillips was coached under Bielsa and Declan Rice was coached under Moyes, it was, well, I think the one that plays for Bielsa must be the better player. It was as simple as that, actually. And he was the heartbeat of that team. Now, Declan Rice, there is no comparison between the two, which tells you that a career choice might change everything about you as a professional footballer. Just a career choice. He chose to go to City, and I think City as well. Like just going to Manchester City sometimes can be the best thing that happened in your career, or can be the worst thing that
Usually
happened in your
is.
career.
No, it's
to be
usually
honest.
the best thing. Like Phillips is absolutely an anomaly at City.
Well, I mean, if you got a lot of superstars, though, it can shadow. You know what I mean? It can shadow a player. You know.
We don't typically sign superstars outside of maybe Erling Haaland. We don't sign superstars. We sign really good players, and Pep makes them superstars. That's
Thank
what
you
happens.
so much. I keep saying that since day one.
Yeah.
I did content creation. I keep saying Pep doesn't sign superstars; he makes superstars. And when we say superstars, we're talking about the Ronaldos, the Kakas,
Yeah.
these people. He never signed these people. Pep Guardiola never signed these people. He makes.
Ibrahimovic.
That was the only one, but he got rid of another superstar that just won a triple, and it was an exchange that
That's true.
it
That's
worked
true.
for our
I'm
favor.
trolling. I'm trolling.
Because he didn't make Eto though. He didn't make Eto. He inherited Eto from Rijkaard, right? And then he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not happy with you. Eto wasn't happy. He
Yeah.
shipped him out.
We're about to
He
say he
couldn't
made
handle
Messi.
him. And
I
then
just read somewhere. Sorry.
Hey, listen. I think I want to stop you guys before you say Pep made Messi, but just don't say that. But yeah, you can say everything else.
Henri,
Hey, yo, guys.
he signed on Henri. People, Henri was he Pep or was before Pep?
No, it was
Henri
Pep. It was Pep.
2007 or
It was Pep. It was Pep.
2008?
That was Pep.
8. Wasn't
That's-
Henri
that's-
2007 or 8?
Nah, it was
No,
2008.
it was definitely Pep.
2008.
It was definitely
8,
Pep.
9, that's Pep's year. That's Pep triple year. Yeah, he won the triple there. So yeah,
Hey, yo,
that's
guys,
Henri.
I just read somewhere that because Newcastle and United finished bottom of their group, the Premier League will no longer get 5 places in next year's
that is true.
Champions League.
They just
And-
Even
ruined
if Man
everyone.
City win the tournament. Even if Man City
Um,
win the tournament.
I think the reason is because there's not enough coefficient available for them to get. I think because
the top
when you
2.
think,
No, you're
okay,
not.
I think if Arsenal and Man City get to the Champions League final, then cool. But as in like
It's
the
not.
likelihood,
The
Okay,
finalist makes it too for the next year, or no?
No.
So, but
Okay,
if
well
Manchester
then, yeah.
City win it,
no, but I'm saying like as a league, I think I don't know how the coefficient works, but I think as a
Okay.
league, you need like for example, Italy's coefficient will go higher because they had 3 teams qualifying for the next round, etc. I mean, Italy's coefficient over the last few years has been like going through the roof because we had 3 teams in the quarterfinals last year, 2 in the semifinals. Napoli consistently go to the knockout stages as well. So
right?
I got, yeah, I think this season, Italy are 83, Germany 82, England are 86. I think England can make it.
86.
That's what I mean. Like this year at the moment, the points.
No, but that's disregarding today. So I'm trying to, or this match week where
Okay.
where all the Italian teams.
So you're,
I mean,
if that's sure, that's terrible for the Premier League.
yeah,
That's
well, it's
absolutely
terrible for Man
terrible
United.
for Man United. You
Yeah,
think Man
and
United will get
Man
fifth?
United and Newcastle because like the 14,
Newcastle too.
yeah, and Tottenham, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, but those guys are going to be fighting for that 4th spot.
Yeah,
Definitely,
exactly.
It's going to be Tottenham, United, Newcastle, Aston Villa.
Yeah, but
You
but
know.
the thing is, if there was 5 spots, 2 of you would have been
Oh,
able to
yeah,
go through.
100%.
That's what it is.
I've been saying this, man. I said it before yesterday, actually, on the stream, and I almost I felt like I offended somebody because I think that maybe I know they have to work all kinds of coefficient. You guys mentioned it, but I think that 1 more spot would be ideal, or 2 more spots in the Premier League. What do you guys think?
That's
I mean,
a quarter of the teams getting Champions League.
Well,
That
I
just
think the
sounds
Premier League
crazy.
is so competitive, though. So, like if Aston Villa is playing terrific all season, for some, you're playing giants that somehow get the wins, etc., and you drop 5th. You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that? I mean, I get it. 4 is, but I don't know, man. I thought about
The thing
yesterday.
is, though, yeah, if you don't, let's just say you keep in Premier League as 4, and you give a place to the Bosnian
The
Premier
Italian
League,
League, Roma
No,
going to the Champions League.
the Bosnian League, like you
Well-
kind of diminish the quality of the Champions League.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think that's what's going to happen. No, I think the place they were going to give to the Premier League, they'll give it to either the German league or the Italian league.
But do you really want to see, all these? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
I'm not gonna, bro. Imagine having Jose Mourinho back in the Champions League with Roma. That would be a fun. That would be.
I don't know what Chris. I'm not sure what are you talking about, Chris. The 2 teams of the Premier League are the 2 teams that finished bottom of their group. So what are you arguing here? You want to
Yeah.
give one
you
more
wanna
team
get-
to
if
finish
you
another
wanna-
bottom
okay,
of the group?
okay. You're the
AC
king.
Milan
You're
are absolutely horrific, bro.
okay.
You beat
You're
AC Milan 5, bro.
okay.
Right?
Now,
AC Milan came to Newcastle and beat
Uh-huh.
Newcastle.
right.
I'm not saying Newcastle are bad, but your
No, you
argument
said
is
that. You said that.
flawed, bro.
You said that. You
Because
said that.
how can we give a country that had 2 teams finishing bottom of the group another place? That doesn't make any sense.
You're the king of context, right? You say that word 100 times a day. So you're going to compare Newcastle to Manchester United and how they perform in this Champions League. Do you think that if the referee would have, completed his training, he would have
Man
not
United got
called?
hard done by
not-
the
he
referees
would
as well.
he
I'm
would
not
have
gonna.
not
I'm not
called.
gonna. Yo, Man United scored 3 goals in every single game apart from the last one. Like Man
Well,
United.
yeah, but they
But
literally
they just conceded. They just conceded.
They
The
bumped.
first
They
game,
bumped
the first
every-
game was Bayern Munich. They lost 4-3, and then Galatasaray was 3-3. Copenhagen they lost 4-3. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You want the reality, Chris? Man
No.
United performed better than Newcastle,
You're
apart
crazy.
from your PSG game. Man United, what cost them is individual errors by Onana, right? They scored in every single goal and they conceded tons of goals because of individual errors. Newcastle performed very, very well against PSG. In
Well,
Milan, in the first game, Milan hit the bar like 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, right? Newcastle are a very good team, but you got hindered by injuries. Today, right? You still was hindered. The players' fatigue kicked in today. Fatigue kicked in. How many goals did
Last time-
Newcastle scored
But last
in
time
the
I thought
Champions League? Newcastle scored 6 goals in the Champions League. 6 goals. In the
what
whole
is that?
campaign.
What is that? That doesn't matter.
That's
Doesn't matter.
horrible.
It's about getting it done. And last time I checked, Onana does play for Manchester United. So if he messes up, then that's Ten Hag's problem. He shouldn't have brought him. He should have left the hair. So you know what I mean? It's their fault. You know what I'm saying?
Man
The
United
reason-
scored double the goals you scored.
And who cares about the goals?
What do
Who
you
cares
mean?
about the goal?
I don't
It
get it.
doesn't matter. There's no rule saying you need to score this amount of goals so you're a good team. That doesn't exist. You gotta
Okay,
get
so
it done.
you think-
What
think
existed
your
points and you
campaign
both had
is
the
better?
same.
You think with this loss to AC Milan, okay? You think your campaign is better than Man United? It looks better.
With
That's
my
for
win,
sure.
with my win against PSG away that we didn't get, we should have qualified. Yes. So yeah, we performed
All right,
better.
then. All
We
right.
perf-
then. Okay,
we
I'll
performed
give
better.
you that. Some games you did perform better. Like this game today, you performed sometimes better. But he still gave this horrible. Mohamed here can tell you how horrible Milan are. Like, bro,
No,
they
I
are
watched
horrible,
it,
bro. Like,
Yeah, I
they're
know.
terrible, bro. Like you cannot imagine how
But you
bad
got
this team is.
but put it
By
into
the way, that
perspective. The
Maignan save was
Newcastle,
ridiculous. By the way,
I understand that.
The one against Bruno Guimaraes. I don't know if you
understand
guys saw if you guys saw the save. It was
I'm not
insane.
saying, like, to be honest with you, but it's to ask after this campaign, no matter who performed better. Both Newcastle are Newcastle. You finish bottom of the group. It's a very tough group, and we understand there is no experience in the squad. Very, very. It's the group of death. So I understand that it was kind of expected, but tells me that this thing about let's give the Premier League another place. I actually don't think Italy should get another place. If a 5th team from Italy goes there, it's terrible. I don't think. Like I'm being honest.
We
with
might
you.
finish 5th this year. It'll be okay. If we finish
Oh,
5th, it's okay.
So
Because
what do you
we're
got?
actually a decent team.
Do we send it to the SPL? Do they get an extra place?
I don't know. Like give Portugal another team. I don't know. There is no like.
No, SPL.
He's talking about the Scottish
I'm
League.
telling.
No, not Scottish League, the SPL, brother.
Oh, the Saudi Pro League.
The Saudi Pro.
That's
League.
what they-
Hey,
Hell no.
listen.
Hell
Can you,
no.
bro? Al Hilal, bring me Al Hilal. Are you
This is
mad?
a
Let me do
European
this.
I'm trying to see Koulibaly, Ruben Neves, Milinkovic, Savic,
makes sense.
Neymar,
He
Mitrovic.
should have never
Perfect
left.
sense.
Are you mad, bro?
I'm being
That
honest.
team there,
I've got time for that.
there beats a lot of Champions League teams.
I've got a lot of time for that.
Oh my days.
Answer the super chat, guys. There's 260 you here, so hit that like button for us. Mo, your opinion on top 4 fans always use it as a trophy. Should be Champions League only, in my opinion, like it how it was before. I'm not getting this. Can someone
And
explain
then there would only
can
be
someone
one.
explain this to me?
There would
I think-
only be
I think he's trying
one
to say-
English treble winner if that was true. Manchester City. So I appreciate that, Andrew.
Mo, your opinion on top 4 fans always use it as
No,
a
he's
trophy.
saying the
Should be
Champions League should only
champions
be the
only.
champions.
Oh
He's saying
wow!
only the champions of each league should be. Wasn't that the cup one? Wasn't
Yeah,
that the
just
cup
like-
winners' cup before?
Just like one team makes it every year.
It was one team makes it to the Champions League.
No,
Mm.
Yeah,
when it was called the European Cup. It was
Yes.
only the champions were allowed in it.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean,
listen.
that's a point, but
Listen, and we're talking a lot about the Champions League and who's gonna win it. Manchester City favorites. We all agree on that,
No,
right? Win the Champions. No. Okay. So go ahead.
no.
Elaborate.
I think the three favorites according to Goal.com this year are Man City, Real Madrid,
He's gonna
and
say Arsenal. Exactly. I knew it.
Brother,
Remember,
Arsenal.
remember when Dawood said that like
Give
6
him
weeks ago?
time
Bro.
to talk.
Because I know where he's going with this. This is Dawood came with the exact same line. If you go back on the streams from a couple of weeks ago,
So
Dawood
that's
said,
not Dawood.
Goal.com
Give him
said
time
me-
to talk. He's here to talk. Give
Baby.
him time.
Baby, let me speak, please.
Let me
Thank
mute
you, bro.
myself, man. Say what you want.
So, according to Goal.com, the
Oh
top,
my God.
the three favorites are Arsenal, are Real Madrid, Man City, and Arsenal. I looked at it and I said, no, crazy. Arsenal can't be favorites. And I looked at the other teams in it. You got garbage teams like Inter, garbage teams like Napoli. You have like Atletico Madrid. You have
Atletico Madrid's killing is bro. Atletico Madrid is
Let
Yeah,
him finish, guys.
okay,
Let
guys.
him finish his
Hey, yo, I like
monologue.
this guy, man. I
We
like this
can
guy.
laugh.
His banter's good, man.
Why
I like
are
him.
you
I like
guys
him. I like him.
talking? That's the whole point. Let him finish.
I'm just saying, as an Arsenal fan, as mad as I might sound every now and again, yeah, realistically, I don't believe Arsenal will win it. But then when I look at everyone else in the competition, bearing in mind, guys, it's a cup competition. Kai Havertz managed to win this competition somehow with Chelsea. And I look at the teams, it's literally, there were two teams I'll be worried about. Not PSG, not Napoli, not Inter. It's Man City and it is Bayern Munich. And having said that, over two legs in European competitions, who knows? So just saying, Man City aren't outright favorites. In my opinion.
Queen Nadra here is correcting me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Queen Nadra is saying Newcastle performed better than United. Credit to Newcastle from Liverpool fan. Okay, I'll give you that. If people say that, like they had like performances against PSG, they were absolutely great. But if you watch the first game against Milan, it was dire. Against
In the
Dortmund,
first half.
it
Well,
was dire. Against Dortmund, both games were dire.
No,
bro.
no, it wasn't.
Mo,
No, it
let me
wasn't.
get
You had one shot that game that you
At
lost.
St. James's Park, let me remind
Ah,
you,
the
the post,
post.
we had like 10 posts. And
Do you know two
come
posts?
on,
Do you
Mo.
know how many chances they missed?
Mo,
I thought
let
you
me
could
say
have
something,
killed them. Go ahead.
Mo, let me give you some context though. You're saying Milan, the first game is their first game back in the Champions League after multiple years. You're at the San
Yes.
Siro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You're just trying to come away with something there. And also at that time, even though we know Milan are terrible, as a Newcastle
know.
fan and a player, you're still thinking this is the mighty Milan. So to come away with a 0-0, all right, fair enough. I think where you guys lost it and where you guys went out was the two games against Dortmund where
Yes.
you allowed
Should have
that's
won
what-
both, by the way. Should have won both.
And the two legs against PSG that were absolutely immaculate. The first 60 minutes today, you were absolutely immaculate. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
But I feel like the reason they lost today was because I mean they realized that even if they
Well-
win, they need PSG
Well,
to.
well, the thing
It was
today,
1-1. If they
today,
won
well,
today,
I will
you
give
would have
you-
went through.
I will
PSG
agree.
finished 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, that is true.
They probably ran out of gas.
not if we tied. We had to win.
No.
No.
If you
All
won,
you needed
you would
is
have
to
gone through.
hold to the win.
Yeah.
PSG already
I-
were,
I will
were-
agree.
They were behind. Yeah,
I will agree
anyway.
with you that we met. Eddie Howe is an experience, so you got to take that account.
Yes,
he
okay,
messed
that's
up. He messed up, and
You
he
got to
went.
give them props though, man. They were in a crazy.
I will
Okay,
give him props.
Hear me, God. I'm gonna give them props if you want to treat them as the team that they first joined in the Champions League. Okay, first time. However,
No.
now I'm giving them props. I'm saying you performed well. You're brave. You beat PSG 4-1, and you went to the San Siro and you got a point, and you performed bravely against all this team. My point is always this, Mohammed. If I come to you and I'm telling you I'm gonna throw 10 punches against you, right? And I throw the first one and I break my arm, you're gonna mock me. Okay. But if I say I can't fight you, bro, I'm weaker than you, I'm the small guy, I have no chance against you, and I throw one punch, you'll say, well done, you're brave, you boxed against me, you stood up. That's my point.
Fair enough.
My point is always this: don't come with this big chest before you know it's the Champions League.
Does that not apply to Arsenal too, though?
Do you,
in the
exactly, do you
Champions
hear me? Do you hear me? Up there? Up here? Up here? Do you hear me?
Whoa,
That's
whoa.
for you.
Does that not apply to
It's
Arsenal too
for
in the Champions League?
you. The talk is to you,
Whoa.
bro. The
Yeah.
talk is to you.
Can I just say something?
Don't come and stand in the ring before you know what's coming.
Can I say something?
You talking about you being third. If you play Atletico Madrid tomorrow in the round of 16, well, you're not going to face them.
Could lose.
I think the whole world is in Atletico Madrid came first.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. How are Arsenal fans sitting here and
Can I
telling
speak,
me
brother?
if I'm not finished yet? Just we give you the chance to talk. Let us talk.
Crash it.
Okay? If you're gonna go play Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitana, it's a hostile place. Diego Simeone is gonna make it hell. Ask Malv about playing Atletico Madrid a two-legged game. It's hell, bro. No matter how good your players are, it's not easy. And people will pick Atletico Madrid. Maybe you have Saka, world-class player. Maybe you have Martinelli, world-class player. Maybe in your eyes. But going to play away teams in the Champions League is completely different. That's what we want to tell you, people, but you don't want to believe us.
Yep.
You're forgetting the Premier League. Go on, sorry, brother.
No, I was just trying to finish my point on Eddie, how he messed up. He should have held back because we got killed on the counterattack, and that's how they scored. And Leao is really fast, and he made it happen. And he is not I rate him, but don't rate him at the same time. But regardless, that's when we messed up.
I was talking to my cousin on the phone at halftime, and like the only way Milan were gonna score is if you guys gave them space. You know what I'm trying to say? Because Milan, like, Milan don't have the quality of players to open a team up. They just don't. They're just not that good.
That's it.
And you guys basically handed to them on a silver platter.
Milan don't have a quality, just period, bro. And that's no banter this year.
No. Okay, they have the quality to hit you on the counter attack because they've got very fast players like Theo Hernandez, like Rafael Leao, right? They've got
fast players.
Like they've got fast players. That's the only way they can beat you.
And they're professional footballers. If you're gonna give them,
they don't have the quality. Like if you have 5 men behind the box, they don't have the quality to open you up in maybe a set piece or something. Like they're not good at all. They're terrible. They are horrible. Like I said this I've got tweets that say at the beginning of the tournament when the draw was made, I was like, Milan are finishing like last in this group. Today, I didn't want them to lose because I want them in the Europa League. I don't want them to be last or they're only focusing on one game a week and maybe they can be okay. But they were never gonna come out of this group. They were never gonna beat Dortmund, and I'm disappointed in you guys for letting them beat you lot. I'm disappointed.
Can I before just speak, right? I'm gonna do the super chat. Enigma, you're a typical Arsenal fan, all right? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your support. You're a typical Arsenal fan. You know, when people ask, I haven't read the super chat yet. It's on the screen. I'm going to let people read it, dissect it, just digest it, okay? And see how an Arsenal fan, the life of an Arsenal fan, right? They come to life, they win a couple of games, challenge for the league. We are this, we are that. We're trying to give you props. We are trying to tell you have a very good team. But the way you act is what makes people talk about you the way they talk about you. We had a show and saying, why are Arsenal one of the most hated teams in England? Why do people talk about Arsenal? It's because of comments like this, Enigma. I appreciate you. You always support the channel. Keep sending chat like this so we can talk about them. The sooner you accept Arsenal Football Club as Champions League favorites, the less miserable is less miserable. Your life as a football fan will be, we are going to our home at Wembley to pick a trophy.
Even you don't believe that. Even you don't believe that. You're clapping. Even you don't believe that.
I've been trying to speak for so long.
I got chat. I'm going on
mute. When my family first moved to London from Tanzania,
oh my god,
it was tough.
It's a Professor Hamber type thing, but it's okay. Carry on.
Well, it was
Professor Hamber type stories. Carry
on. It's not because listen, we came to London.
If we lose 100 viewers, it's on you.
We came to London. It was very difficult, and then it's like something came from heaven in the form of Arsene Wenger, and he saved our club. Okay, he showed us that we can actually win things and be somebody. And then Arsene Wenger got dementia, exactly, violence. He got dementia and went through a tough period. Okay, I was there from all of it. Okay, I've been struggling since 2006 as an Arsenal fan.
All right.
All of a sudden, 2022, my team are now playing football. Just let me be happy and enjoy it. It might last for one
season. I love this energy. This is a great energy. I love this.
It might last for one season. People speaking Swahili in the comments. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It might last for one season. It might not. But I'm gonna enjoy every moment of it. Okay? Because I don't know when it's coming back. So I'm going to say we're going to win the Champions League. I'm going to say that we're favourites. I'm going to say we're currently better than Man City because I may not be able to say this for a very long time. So I'm going to say it now while I can. What's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong. Just don't come here and tell me you're Champions League favorites.
Goal.com said it, not me.
But you,
And then I said it.
But you believe it.
I believe it more than
He
you
doesn't. He
You're
doesn't.
guilty.
More than you believe.
He doesn't. He
You
doesn't. He doesn't
believe it.
Yo,
More than you
yo,
believe.
Mo, do you know why you're disingenuous, by the way?
I am.
Daoud came on this podcast a couple of weeks ago, quoted the exact same goal.com thing, and you didn't let him rest. You killed him for it, right? But
Well,
now you're
that
going
was
to
I
let
am
this
telling
fraud
Jess.
come here and quote the exact same thing and let him get away
Maybe
with
I
it.
like Jess more than
Kind of
Dawood. How
judging
do
you,
you know?
put the gavel
Maybe,
down, man.
maybe I like Jess more than Dawood. Maybe Jess
Fair
bribed
enough.
me or
I say
something.
that,
How
then
do
put
you
the judge down
know?
and say barrister.
Yeah.
Like you're his lawyer or something, because there's no way.
EMMC Oscar Bob, remember the name? Oh, that goal this brother scored. Oh my God. The next big thing. Listen, EMMC, I've heard this too many times. I'm waiting. I'm still hearing remember the name Phil Foden until this moment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Like,
now
I'm still
you
until
bottled
this
it. You bottled it on
moment,
that one. You
I
bottled that one.
still until this moment I am hearing remember the
you
name.
you were going to
So
be
I
on the,
am remembering the name Phil Foden.
you were going to be on the wrong side of history, Mo. Trust.
Yeah.
Hold on. Foden is 23. Okay, he's a very good player, one of the talented young English player. But I've been told, remember the name, like he is gonna be KDB. I've people sat here on this channel telling me that the reason why Foden didn't make a place his is that because there's too many good players at Man City. If there is too many good players and you're one of the good players or the very good one of the very very good players, you aren't special. Unless you want to tell me that everybody that plays for Manchester City is special. But I'm going to tell you who's special at Manchester City. Erling Haaland is different. Kevin De Bruyne is different. Rodri is different level.
John Stones.
Ederson is
But
completely different level. Why? Maybe Ederson is not like Alisson, but his footwork and the way he plays makes him unique and makes him something that everybody wants to have.
Teams have to have balance, Mo. Teams
So,
have to have
so Phil
balance.
Foden is the balance.
No,
Or is
no,
he
no,
the
no, no, no.
superstar?
The balance is Rodri, De Bruyne, Gundogan. That's a treble winning balance.
All right.
Is Foden better than KDB?
No.
So
How
what's
can-
the other
how-
what's the other position
Is
he would have?
Foden better
What's-
than Bernardo
hold on.
Silva?
Hold on. Hold on, let me finish. Is he better than KDB?
No.
Is he better than Gundogan? The other
No.
option.
No. Wait, Jess.
Is he?
Your question should lead me to a conclusion, right? This is how the game
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Okay, he's not.
He's not as good as Gundogan.
He's
Okay.
not better than Gundogan. Is he better than Gundogan?
No.
No, I'm suggesting
I answered you. Is that not the answer you wanted? Did
Those
you
are
want
his-
the answer to be different?
the 8 right behind the striker, right? That's going to be Foden's position. What I'm arguing is he's not as good as either of those two,
All
right? And if you tell me some people might say he's better than Gundogan, right?
Impossible.
But
No way.
that's not- that's
some
not-
people-
Wait.
Hold on,
Let
hold
him
on.
finish. Let him
Sorry,
finish.
sorry,
Hold
sorry.
on.
Because we're gonna reach all a conclusion here. apparently.
Yeah. What I'm saying is you can't have, even if he was better than Gundogan, you can't have De Bruyne and Foden in a midfield together. The balance would be completely off. So he's a victim of having such good players in that midfield. And you'll see over the next few seasons, as those players depart, he will step in, and then you will remember.
I believe.
Then
Is
you will
Kevin
remember.
De Bruyne playing this year?
What's that?
No,
Is KDB playing? No.
he hasn't played. So
I have to be back. Give me 1 second.
Guys, can I say, yeah? So Mauve, yeah?
Yeah.
don't believe, I believe Phil Foden is very good, by the way. I think he's very good. In terms of like actual talent, if he was playing in the cage, I would pick him, be my first pick. I'd just give him the ball all day long.
Yep.
But yeah, so who do we compare him to? Let's say Saka, for example, yeah? Different type of players, but let's just compare those two, yeah?
Yep.
I believe the reason why Saka is better than Foden is because Foden only does it at Man City or a Bayern Munich or...
where's he gonna do it at?
I'm just saying, like, if you put Saka at my second team, Millwall, he'd still do it. Put Foden at Millwall, he doesn't do it the same. Yeah, I feel like Foden is a very special player. Like, also, as well with Foden, what's his position? Because Mov, you're saying one of those eights in behind, yeah.
I think that'll be his best position in
Top
the end.
notch.
Yeah,
No De Bruyne, no Gundogan this year. Why didn't he play?
because Pep doesn't want to lose Julian Alvarez.
So is
That's
he
the
better
question.
than Julian Alvarez?
It's your choice.
Hold on. Wait. Is he better than Julian Alvarez?
In the 8, yes, probably.
But
But
Pep Guardiola choose to play a player in Julian Alvarez.
That he doesn't want to lose.
So Pep Guardiola chooses to please a player over playing the best team. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, because he can still play Foden on
because
the
you-
wing.
He's choosing the
Yeah.
style. He's choosing the style. They're not the same type of player. And how can he be the next Kevin De Bruyne when he doesn't get the next Kevin De Bruyne treatment? He will never get that until De Bruyne lives, and then he can get into
De
play in
Bruyne
that
doesn't
position.
play this year, people.
I know, but he's choosing. What Mo said, he's choosing to play a striker or a false nine or a agile striker, to say the least, instead of a number 8 or a 10. You know what I mean? I created for this.
Even when you've seen Phil Foden this year, apart from on a few occasions, he's not really blown us away the way Man City fans will have us. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's not.
That's
he's-
what I
he's
mean.
not really
Remember
too-
the name. I'm thinking, look, in my opinion, remember the name.
I see where you're coming from. At the same time, I feel like you're being too harsh
It's
on
what
him.
Jude Bellingham is doing now at Real Madrid. It's
There's-
what
there's-
Haaland is doing at Manchester. Is what Haaland did. That's, in my opinion, at the age of 23, when someone was telling me at 19 years old that remember the name Phil Foden, I expected, but this time, Phil Foden to be at least the same as Bellingham or the same as Erling Haaland achievements at this point. I can't remember any names now, or even Vinny Jr. at this time. My point is it down to what the team he is at? Because Manchester City is full of superstars. Is this the reason why he didn't fulfill this remember the name thing at the age of 19? Unless you think he already fulfilled that, and this is us now remembering the name. We're sitting on this stream remembering the Phil Foden
He's
name.
the most. I mean, yeah, the whole remember the name
don't
thing
give
is
me the
funny.
most
I mean,
decorated-
how are you gonna not remember the name of the most decorated English player for his age
When you put it this way,
in
yes.
football history? I
when
mean,
you put it this way, it's different.
He's been performing.
Because
He's been
he's
performing.
No,
only
but you
been
see my
that Man
point,
City.
Melv, here about this. When he told me at 19 years old, remember the name. There has to be someone at fault here. It's either him staying at City hindered his remember the name moment at the age of 22, or
moment.
he's not. Okay, look at how the world is talking about
English isn't his first
Bellingham.
language. Just go with it.
What I mean, English is not my first language.
Oh.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
Go with it. You understand
Just
what I
go with
mean?
it,
That's
go
what
with
I
it.
mean is that, remember the name. I'm sorry, remember the name. What I mean is that,
Remember-
when someone tells you remember the name, and then 4 years later they tell you, remember when I told you remember this name.
Okay,
We
yeah.
haven't
Remember
lived
when?
this moment.
Remember
At
when?
this moment, I haven't lived that. I haven't lived that yet.
Remember when Man United fans told you to remember the name Federico Macheda or Adnan
You're an
Januzaj?
idiot. So do you want me to
No,
believe?
no,
Yeah.
you? Like,
you make mistakes all the time, though. That's the thing. Like everyone has a young player that they like and say remember the name. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like Mo's been a little bit too harsh on Phil Foden.
Yeah.
And
because-
it's not on him, Muhammad. Just let me correct.
No,
you.
I know what you're
I'll
saying.
get-
But I'm saying
I'll get labeled because I'm an anti-Foden. There has to
You are
be
anti-Foden.
someone here at fault.
Ah.
Something here has to be at fault. Someone
No,
here.
not necessarily, Mo.
the thing is, if Phil Foden right now was at Liverpool or Arsenal, it would be a completely different situation. It's just the fact that, I mean, the main reason, even though Phil Foden, in my opinion, isn't a remember the name kind of player, he's not Jude Bellingham, he's not Mbappe, he's not Vinicius Jr. There are so many players ahead of him, but he has a much higher ceiling than what we're seeing because of the players that play around him and the team that he's in.
I believe that. Right. However, there has to be
Who's
someone at
Jude
the age of
Bellingham
23.
competing with?
But that's the
Right.
point.
Stop
So,
it.
guys, you are getting to my point now. You guys are understanding my point. My point is there has to be something here. We have to put our hands on something and say, yes, the problem happened here.
The manager
I mean, his
just
career
chooses
Problem
his
didn't end,
style.
though. I mean, Mo, I feel like again you're being a bit unfair. His career hasn't ended. Like he's 23 years old. He's got so many. He's got so he
Okay,
can
so
still
we're
get.
still waiting
you know
for
what I'm
that
saying? Like,
moment of,
you're
I
talking-
told
you're
you
talking
to
as if-
remember the
You're
name.
talking as if Phil Foden's now 33 years old, and you're telling Marv, remember when you told me when he was 19? Remember the name? Like, relax.
Exactly.
It's still very, very early. in his career.
Do you believe do you believe that the moment of when people told us about Mbappe at Monaco, remember the name, has come?
No,
It
of course
arrived.
not. Of course not. And I
But-
don't think
It has
and I don't
arrived. He won the World Cup and he's one
Yeah.
of the best players in the world.
Hat-trick
It
in the World
has
Cup final as
arrived
well.
for sure.
No. I don't think, and I don't think he'll
Do
ever
you-
get there. I'm just saying, right now, when you're judging Phil Foden, you're being unfair because of the situation that he's in. That's all it is. I feel like Phil Foden can be a lot better than he is. He's
Is
never going to
Phil
be a world.
Foden better than Bukayo Saka?
Where's
Yes.
Mbappe's treble? Where's Mbappe's Champions
Bob,
League
you put
trophy?
it this
Oh, okay.
way.
You're right, Mom.
Okay,
You're right, Mom.
Boyan Kirkic
Marv,
won a
the
treble.
shamelessness doesn't suit you, man.
You know, like yes, it's
Like, the shamelessness doesn't suit you.
You're a
I
proper guy,
panicked.
man.
I panicked. I'm sorry.
what I mean is that. What I mean is
You
that.
guys are the Arsenal fans. You're a
What I mean is that
respectable
I
Man
am-
City fan. You feel me?
I am sitting here and I know that Phil Foden is very talented individual footballer. Very, very talented. Very talented that we should have been sitting here talking about him being a superstar in the top 10 or something in best players in the world yearly. Yearly. Like, I think we should have been sitting now at the age of 23, Phil Foden being
Let-
already normal, especially playing for the best manager in the world.
But
That's my point. Like, I want to do, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go to super
I
chat.
need to finish these super chats. Queen Nadra saying Newcastle performed better than United. Okay, we did that already. Queen Nadra saying I want to see a City versus Inter in a knockout. I don't want to see that. Mo, get your revenge this time. I don't want to see that. If I want to face City, I want to see them one game at the end of the season, in my opinion. Raz is saying big up top left. Oh, clearly Arsenal friends. Big up top left and the panel. Smash the likes. Come on, you gooners. I can say come on, you gooners. Is that gonna be big up Mo as well? Like, come on. Well, I'm in the middle.
I send another £5. I'll put Arsenal shirt on.
I'm top left. Big up top left. Big
Yo,
up top left.
send
Big
another
up
£5. I'll
top
find
left.
Arsenal
Yes. It's big up me.
top.
You know, Enigma saying sick. Are you man? Trying sick are you man?
Sick
Trying
of.
to
I mean, sick of.
sick of you man.
okay,
Trying
man.
to diss the best team in England. I love you, Enigma. I like people, they are needed. The people that back their team no matter what.
The
I
Dawood
like
of the
that.
world.
Actually, I like that.
Mo, by the way, can I just say, I know in the past I've said it's my last time coming on your channel. This is my last time. I feel
You
disrespected.
just got
yeah?
a 5-pounder, bro. And then you're
No,
telling me your last
your
time.
panel's great. Your subscribers are fantastic, but I can't stand you, Mo. So this is my last time. It's nice meeting you guys. Mo, do not message me again to come on here, please. That's like the fifth time I've said that
Channel
to you.
cannot be here without you, bro. You need to be
Nah,
here.
whatever. Thank you, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying that to be honest.
Yeah, whatever.
Yo,
This
no.
kumbaya moment, man.
Arsenal
Screw
being
this
disrespected
kumbaya
on the
moment,
podcast
man.
is a common theme. Like, it
Oh,
happens.
really? Oh no! Listen. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't like Arsenal fans. I don't like Arsenal fans. Yeah, they annoy me seriously. So I get the hate. Like I really understand it. I really do understand it. So I'm not mad at people for disliking Arsenal fans.
Yeah, listen, this has been a chaotic show. I couldn't even do timestamps. A very chaotic show, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It took my brain off a lot of things going in the background, to be honest. I want to thank everybody that is here. All the channels are in the description. Armchair Gaffers, Noisy Pod, Top FC TV. Mohammed, you have a channel. I know, but you don't post as often.
I thought, yeah. No. I'll be back on it
Yeah,
soon, though.
yes, but everybody here is mentioned in the description. They are one click away from your subscription. It's simple, it's easy, it doesn't cost you a penny. Thank you for everybody that supported the channel. Thank you for all the super chatters, of course, on this stream. Malv, appreciate you, buddy, coming here. Congratulations, and we'll
we
see you
congratulate him, man. We
On
congratulate.
what?
top of the group. Top
Oh,
of the
right.
group. Finish the Champions League. Another successful campaign in the group stage. 18 points out
Representing
of 18
Manchester in the
points.
Champions League.
Yeah, it's great. You know what I mean? The other part of Manchester. I believe actually, as long as Pep is here and for the foreseeable future, tides have shifted.
Oh yeah, that's
Undeniable, mate.
Like it's and people just want to deny it, but it's true. And it's not
And-
only, by the way, about winnings and stuff. It's about news. When Manchester City lost to Aston Villa, and I'm telling you because I do now YouTube, the algorithms were working better than when Man United lost to Bournemouth 3-0 at home.
We're massive.
expected. It's expected.
because of the title race, because of the winnings, because we don't see Man City lose a lot. But anyway, listen, thank you everybody. Chris, appreciate you. Top FC, of course, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Jess, Wrong and Strong, Armchair Gaffers in the description. Give them a subscription, people. Thank you so much for people that tuned in. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, for me morning, for you afternoon, for people somewhere else is later. It's Hussam and LB, one of the spiciest show on this channel. It's gonna be so spicy. We'll see you
Big up
guys.
LB.
We're out of here.